Hey gang, welcome to our resource page. We are really grateful that you're here. This page is a result of the 4-week course that we did in the Subto community for the co-living semesters. Dustin, you want to talk a little bit about that in case you found this page not through the semesters? We want to share with you what that resource is all about.
Okay, so we have a couple different resources that you're going to find in here. One of them being the ebook. We have a calculator. There's a slide deck that shows it's a perfect model where everyone has the question: is this property a good PadSplit or a good co-living? And so we have a Google slide deck. You can just make your own copy and then fill it out and just compare it. All the things that we put in there. So excellent resources, and we want to invite you to explore it and talk about our Everest, like why we're doing this in the first place.
Yeah. So we have, Dustin and I are in Owners Club, which is part of the Subto community. And we joined last year. And one of the first things that we worked on in Owners Club was what we call our Mount Everest. And it's a 5-year long-term goal. Dustin and I met and we were both very passionate about co-living. We each have our own story that really connects us to why we're so passionate about co-living. But one of the things that we found through our journey of co-living is that there are a lot of barriers to entry in co-living. And because it's a unique asset to hold, a lot of times we find people kind of getting themselves caught up. They really want to move forward with it, but they just get caught on a couple of these barriers. Dustin and I are crazy. So what did we come up with? We found a way that we feel is a great way to support people. You want to talk about what that looks like?
Yeah, so as in short, as Tracy mentioned, there's several barriers, and one of the biggest ones is the financial barrier. Buying your first property when you don't have a resume and trying to raise capital on that is very difficult. And so what we created through different resources from students inside of Sub 2, one of those being called Fractional, co-created by a fellow Sub 2 student. It allows people for as low as $1,000 to buy into co-living deals as actual equity partners. And so our goal, not just for Sub 2, not just for Gator, top tier TC, but the broader environment is to help 10,000 people get their first co-living investment property.
Yep. And I really want to highlight what you said. It's not just Sub 2 or Gator or top tier TC. These opportunities are open to everybody. So if you're watching this and you are not in those communities, that's all right. If you have friends that are not in these communities, we have several investors that are in other, mentorships and programs that are also invested with us. So the way we decided to tackle this is when somebody invests in one of our projects, like Dustin said, you're an equity partner. So you own the real estate with us. So you're able to build up your resume, which is really important. One of our last lenders, we actually had to submit individually, essentially our resume in real estate. And they're going to look at how many properties do you own and what type of real estate do you own and how are you managing that and so forth. So by being an equity partner and being on the HUD, you actually start to build your resume and or add to that. Some of the other benefits is when you're partnering with us, again, you're a partner and everything is transparent. So you can learn from us. You can learn about acquisition, underwriting. You can learn about doing the conversion if you're purchasing a home that needs to be converted into co-living. And we'll also teach you about the lending side of things. You can work with our team. We have Luke, who is our funding liaison, and he works with all of our debt providers, our long-term debt providers. We've got Emily, our operations, head of operations. You can talk with her and walk through, what are the things that you need to have in place to be able to scale appropriately and successfully.
Yeah, and I wanted to just shed a little light on what this actually looks like for you. So everyone, if you're watching this, there's a really good chance that you've heard of Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in the world. He's known for saying only invest in the S&P 500. You shouldn't be buying anything else, any stocks outside of it. And why do I mention that? Essentially, the returns that we're projecting, giving our equity partners, it's the cash on cash is basically the same as the S&P 500. And then you're also getting the appreciation, the debt pay down, and then some tax benefits. So it is an attractive, what we're doing, it's attractive at co-living investments for you financially, but we really like to emphasize the most important part is all the learning and the resume building that you're getting from it. And so
Yeah.
see if it's okay, I'll just show a couple. I want to show
Yeah.
fractional because there's
Like,
deals on it, but even more importantly, here's where you're going to find the tools and resources They're in a couple different spots, but this is one place, depending how you found this video, you can find our tools and resources.
I also want to mention on this page that Dustin is sharing, will you click on the members up in the top? Let's see what we're at right now. All right, so we have 773 people in this community, all interested in co-living. So in addition to all the resources that we have on here and the interactions, you also have 173 people and growing that are interested in co-living that you can connect with, converse with, and start to build a relationship with. Many of them are our partners already, and others are interested in becoming partners, but maybe they don't have that initial $5,000 just yet. We also have a Facebook page as well that we're, growing in addition to our fractional page.
Here, you create the free account. It just asks for a couple pieces of info. And then once you're in, you're going to see some different posted things like this: free ebook calculator, the deal breakdown that we mentioned a bit ago, underwriting example. And then we also have office hours every Tuesday and Thursday. And so a ton of resources, but also great networking opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah, the hours is really, guys, it is such a great opportunity. So Dustin and I, as well as most of our team, are on every Tuesday and Thursday. You can bring a co-living deal you're looking at and need help with. You could just show up and listen and learn, bring all your questions. That's the way we decided to just give back to the community and make sure people have the resources and support that they need. So whether you're finishing up the co-living semesters and going, what's next? This is what's next. Or maybe you're just new in general, come in and join us, please. It's again open to anybody. You don't have to be in any particular community.
And here, I just want to point out, so we buy deals on fractional and not using fractional. We rotate. So here are a couple deals that we recently purchased or in escrow, and we do a good blend. But the reason I want to show you is because you can look at these deals. I can click on them and just look at different things like our underwriting, why we liked it, a lot of good material.
And it's also a great opportunity to see how people put together a presentation or a pitch deck. So on each of these, we raised over $300,000 or just up to 300,000 in an hour on each of these at separate times. And I'm confident it's because of a few things. One, Dustin and I have spent, the last couple of years building relationships with folks. So people know us well, but it's also because we've taken the time to learn how to put together a pitch deck and how to present information to your potential lenders that really is clear and concise, and very transparent. So again, please use our projects as an opportunity to learn how to present a good lending opportunity.
Yeah. And here, I wanted to click on the resources so everyone can see.
Yeah.
But first, we have the calculator. You can click on it, you make your own copy, and then depending when you watch this, whether it's a week from now or a year from now, like this will continue to evolve, grow better. But a lot of good info here, and it'll help you underwrite.
Hmm.
The second resource is the ebook. And really, that's where we created the whole curriculum for the semesters. So a lot of good content in here.
This
And then
ebook,
last,
we spent a lot of time really putting this together to make sure that it gave you just a high overarching view of the minimum requirements that you should be looking at. And it's going to help you underwrite very quickly. It's going to help you look at a property. And I kid you not, in 10 minutes, you know if this is something to pass on or to dive deeper in. And we wanted to make this book because we know how challenging it can be to spend hours diving into a project or a deal only to learn that it's a no-go. So again, really utilize this, dive into this, and I think it will help you get through underwriting much quicker.
it answers a lot of the most common questions and intermediate level.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then lastly, this one, deal breakdown. So this is a real life deal, and it's showing a big picture view and then narrows down to the little details of why it was purchased, why it was an attractive investment. And so really you can make a copy and then just when you have your subject property that you're entertaining, build the thesis and like build your own slides using this structure, this format, and identify if it's meeting similar criteria or not.
So let's just sum it up. We have a Mount Everest of helping 10,000 real estate investors get involved in their first co-living project. The way we found that is the easiest and most comprehensive way to support people is to provide opportunities for them to invest with us in our projects as an equity partner. You can invest for as little as $5,000 in most of our projects. And as a true owner, you're on the HUD, you're building credibility, and you're learning from us the entire way through. You can find more information about partnering with us at buydealswithtracycoa.com or buydealswithdustin.com. And I think that's it. And again, if you want to reach out to us, you want to connect with us in person, live in person, please join us every Tuesday or Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can find that link on that website I just gave you so you can register. We're there live. We're answering live questions, and that is truly the best way to connect with us. So thanks for watching, and we're really excited to hopefully partner with you in the future.
So thank you guys.